Hey
Hey,
Eric,
John.
how you doing tonight?
On the road, I'm doing good.
On the road again.
Doing good. How are you?
Oh yeah, doing good, doing good. Back in Texas for a few days.
Yes. Seems to be a regular thing now. It's all good
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
It's all good.
yeah. How was your weekend?
Well, my weekend inspired by my AI coding effort
Ooh,
for
okay.
the book app my wife wanted. Thought I had built this little app for the Mac that would when you download a file, it would just automatically pick up the file hash and stick it up in your menu bar so you could check, hey, did the file I download match with the hash of the website that's telling me, hey, you downloaded this file. So just a visual, quick way to see that, hey, the thing you think you downloaded is the correct thing or the same hash. Anyways, a hash checker. So I
Okay.
thought, what if I asked an AI? Because it was written with Cocoa and storyboards and zip files and kind of a little bit more old school. And I thought,
Legacy.
it's funny to call that legacy, but yeah. It was still written in Swift, so it was still Swift, but it was not SwiftUI, which
Hmm.
came after I had originally built the app. So
Sure.
I thought, let's ask an AI if it can just take this entire app and convert it to SwiftUI. It did not succeed as well as the app for my wife did.
AKA from scratch. A little bit
Yeah.
easier. Actually, you know what? That resonates with my. It's easier to write code than it is to edit code.
Yes. So that's one of my experience was it got 80% of the way there and it compiled, but there were still a lot of Objective C bindings left in
Hmm.
the code, and there I had to slowly excise the storyboards one by one. It claimed it converted everything to SwiftUI, but it didn't really.
But it lied.
And a lot of the Swift UI that it created was ugly, not very attractive. It moved buttons around and changed how certain controls work. Because
Oh, not that
to
the code was ugly. The actual user interface was
Yeah, the
was
user
ugly.
interface, the Swift UI was it didn't. I had built some custom UI bits
Oh,
myself, and it struggled figuring out how to make those look. But there were some where it was kind of ugly, but others were actual improvements over my UI. So it depended
interesting.
on. It was pretty good. So it took me a couple hours to kind of go through the whole convert everything and get it back to compiling and so that I could run it and play with it. And then I spent the next week, this last week, I guess probably 4 or 5 hours total over the last week and mostly on the weekend, getting it up to close enough where I want to release an update, a completely revamped update. And then
Cool.
my next idea is, well, now that I've got it all into Swift UI and got rid of all of the extra bits, can I have it export or create an iPad version of the app? Because all it does is just
Why not?
read bits and tell you hashes. So why not? So that was kind of my fun idea. My weekend was a lot of that and
It's awesome.
getting my wife's app officially released on the App Store, which is
Congratulations.
it's now officially out there for 490 yen. Do not purchase this app. It is not for you. But if you want to, we'll drop a link in the show notes. You can go read my description for the app, which very clearly states this app is not for you. Please don't buy
Verbosely
it.
states, not for you.
You have read it, yes. Anyways, so I mean,
That's
it
funny
was
though.
fun. It was a fun project, and now I've had a couple people ask me, "Hey, I want the app." So I've got a bunch of promo codes, and I've been handing out promo codes to people to go play with the app. So
That's awesome.
and already some enhancement requests from family members.
The targeted audience, target audience,
The target audience has now said, "Hey, it would be cool if."
the allowed to provide Eric feedback.
Yeah, the very small group of humans on planet Earth have started to provide feedback. It'll be fun, and I'm just going to continue to use AI to completely write the app. I mean, why not?
Why not?
seems to do pretty good since it started from scratch. Although I have used different AIs at different times to fix different bugs. With GitHub Copilot, you can change which AI is doing what.
Yeah. Have you done an A/B test?
I have not done that yet, but I've done where if one AI fails to fix the bug, like you can, if there's a compile error, you can just say, hey, fix this compiler error. And if one AI fixes it, but it doesn't really fix it, which occasionally happens, I'll swap to a different one and say, fix this compiler error. And 80% of the time, the other AI will say, okay, and it'll actually fix it.
And it does it?
Yeah, sometimes it does more things than I want it to, which is the weird thing. Sometimes AIs will change like the entire. I had one time where I asked it to make a simple change in a file and it completely rewrote the file. It still had the same behavior and inputs and outputs, but it completely rewrote the file. And happily, when I reviewed, because I basically have, the edit,
diff.
version mode turned on, it did a better job than the original one. So I was like, all right, I'll keep the whole thing. So anyways, so far still positive. Positive feedback, positive experience with an AI writing all your code.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
How about you?
Fingers crossed for you.
Yeah.
Well, working backwards a little bit. I mean, Sunday I actually flew Sunday, so Sunday was pretty much a burnt travel day. But Saturday was awesome. We just mostly puttered around, did some errands, and then had symphony Saturday night, which was fun and awesome. I don't know, for whatever reason, like our symphony tickets this year all seem to be in the spring. There weren't many there was only like one in the fall. So for the next couple of months, I'm going to be going to the symphony relatively frequently.
Okay.
So whatever. Anyway. That was good time. And then Friday, I forget if I said like I dropped my car back off at the shop at the Ford dealer too.
Yeah.
Hopefully this coming Thursday, I guess tomorrow,
Fix
Friday.
it again.
Hopefully Friday I will get it back. He hasn't texted me yet, but when you say fix it again, I'm going to go with fix it and like leave the again off since it wasn't actually fixed the first time. It's hard to do an again unless there was a first time.
Attempt to fix it again.
So yeah,
Yes.
attempt is a good qualifier. So I'm
okay.
Yeah. Although I'll call myself out, I feel like, anytime you do something really dumb, it's good to realize that and learn. I do not know why or what happened, but when I dropped it off, I was like, oh, and by the way, the Qi charger stopped working.
Okay.
And he was like, oh, really? He's like, have you tried any other phones? Or just, and I'm like, no, just mine. And so he's like, well, let me try mine real quick. And he gets in there. He's like, and then he comes out like 2 seconds later. He's like,
works for me.
You were trying to charge it on the right-hand side. Only the left-hand side has the Qi charger. The right-hand side is not. There's basically like this flat area. So I was not actually putting it on top of the Qi charger. And I don't know why. I'm like, because I told him, I'm like, it hasn't worked since you guys did all the wiring stuff. Because after it came back, for whatever reason, mentally, I was putting it on the right-hand side. And I don't know why. So I felt like, all right, you get that one. Now fix my car. But
I'll give you that one.
I'm like, okay. Yeah, I feel sheepish. But
All right.
Anyway, so many fingers are crossed that I can pick it up Friday and it will actually work. And
this time it will have yes. Especially
in Oregon.
We do live in Oregon.
Yeah, in the winter.
So, yeah.
I think a car is supposed to be waterproof. Like anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see.
Some level of water resistant for the interior. Yeah.
Yeah. We should not. Anyway.
All right.
Topic us. What'd you bring tonight?
All right. So this one I saw. I've been involved in a lot of scam research lately, and so this was interesting. It's a Risky Biz article titled "China Fight Scam Compounds ... for China." And the article kind of argues that while China has successfully cracked down on Southeast Asian scam centers. The efforts are driven by domestic self interest rather than regional security. So, potentially unintended consequences for the Western Hemisphere.
Now
Meaning,
we talked about scam compounds like
yeah,
6 months ago.
with the
Malaysia,
Starlink
right?
uplink and
Starlink.
yeah,
Yes.
satellite access and being in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Exactly.
So apparently, China has cracked down and extradited a scam kingpin from Cambodia.
Mm.
So this is apparently a crackdown that had intensified after some Chinese nationals, apparently rumored to be undercover police, were killed in Myanmar.
Ooh.
Myanmar, a Myanmar scam compound in late 2023. And so, since China is only targeting syndicates, scam compounds that harm Chinese citizens or generate bad press domestically, scam operators are pivoting to other nationalities. And so, experts kind of are warning that the cost of scamming as the cost of scamming Chinese citizens becomes more expensive
Uh-huh.
in all terms, the groups are increasingly targeting America and the rest of the world. So,
Interesting.
the U.S. had indicted the figures in these scam compounds. For example, the scam kingpin that China convinced Cambodia to allow them to extradite. The U.S. had already indicted that person and seized, I think, 15 billion in crypto assets, but
Whoa.
they didn't have the regional influence to actually get arrests made and extradition made, while China did. So the author of the article suggests that U.S. needs to kind of develop some of these regional partners in the Philippines and Thailand to help combat these centers effectively as China. So good on China for actually taking action, fighting scam compounds, trying to shut these places down. Unfortunately, it's very apparently, according to this article in Risky Biz, mostly self-interest driven, and which just means scammers will say, "All right, fine, China's too expensive to try to scam. Let's go back to America." They're already doing it, but
Yeah.
you know. Anyways, that's
Density,
my
propensity.
summary of the Risky Biz article
Ooh,
for tonight.
it's just it's scary. And yeah, it's too bad that they need network and network operators.
Yeah.
So, no more comments on that, I guess. Go read that.
Mm,
Go read that article in Wired.
yeah. The big yeah.
Um, all right.
All right. How about you?
The topic I brought tonight is also sort of a follow up. I mean, it's the one of the newsletters that I get and read pretty religiously every week is from Zach Whitaker, This Week in Security.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to be doing something else, which is actually publishing articles and maybe some deep dives. But this is I'll just link to at least the teaser part of ClickFix article.
Okay.
So we've talked about ClickFixes. I
Mm-hmm.
looked through our RSS feed most recently in December about having Grok and Chat GPT have cached conversations that included ClickFix style instructions
Mm-hmm.
that they then SEO'd to get to the top of search results. But
Right.
we've also talked about them previously. And click fixes are attacks that spoof like Windows error, a CAPTCHA, or a login page, or an error page of some sort, and kind of trick somebody into copying and pasting instruction into the command line.
Mm-hmm.
Can be on Windows, can be on Mac. It said mobile in here, although maybe there's some more detail behind the paywall. But I don't remember seeing a mobile click fix situation. But anyway, it doesn't mean they don't exist. The the problem about this is that, for a normal person, they're browsing the web, just go to a site or click on something, and you know either a captcha can pop up, or in the worst case, maybe the something on the web page, whether it's a malicious web page or something that has been um, hacked or something like that, might take over the screen and display a full screen window that makes it look like you can't do anything else, with a set of instructions, simple seeming instructions
Mm-hmm.
that looks like something reasonable to do. And if the web page or capability can copy something to the clipboard, which web browsers shouldn't let you do generally,
Mm-hmm.
but you like the example, that image that they've got on there just says, hit Command R and Command V and hit Enter to,
Right.
open up the run dialog, open up the or paste what's in the clipboard and then run it.
Right.
But most the instructions look relatively innocuous. It's not like it might be asking you to download or run anything, or which some people might realize that they're not supposed to do. But in reality,
Yeah.
anytime you're actually executing a command, especially if it's a command that you don't understand, there's danger there. And within the article quote from this, it says, um, uh, pasting malicious code into your computer downloads and runs malware in a flash. Within seconds, the malware has already stolen some of your most sensitive information, including your saved passwords. Certainly one of the things is,
Mm.
if the it doesn't take very long to exfiltrate the browser saved passwords.
Right.
The comment in here is that often you might just have to hit Alt F4 to close the window, or hit the escape key to exit full screen mode.
Mm-hmm.
But do does everybody know that's a possibility? Certainly pulling the plug from your computer, at least if it's not a laptop, can sometimes force a reboot, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it says an attack can sometimes be resolved simply by hitting the escape key or Alt F4, which would break the window out of full screen mode, revealing what was actually a spoofed web page serving a pretty convincing error message and a hacking lure. But not everyone knows that. So, the this is, like I said, it's kind of like a intro portion of the article. That there's more behind the paywall with more details and stuff like that. But I think the interesting thing about ClickFix remains the trickiness for detection and the evasion of security software, because the
Mm-hmm.
user's running something as the user in a terminal prompt that is,
Right.
you know that's not generally in the foreground as the user, not as a thread, not as a scheduled task. Like it's
Right.
running something. So it's pretty easy to miss this from a security standpoint. So
Mm-hmm.
beware click fixes. Do not cut and paste commands. Never run a command that you don't know what it will do.
And
It's
we've touched
probably
on this,
is
but
probably is probably life advice.
good life advice. Yeah, and we've touched on this before, but in the new world of agentic browsers that start doing a whole lot more stuff for you, where are those new entry points? I think of, in all my AI coding bits and pieces using GitHub Copilot, occasionally the AI will stop and say, I need to do X in the terminal. Hit enter to allow me to run, and it'll show me the command. So I, knowing what the command is going to do, and some of them are destructive actions like, hey, we want to delete this file and replace it with a new one.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And it'll show you all the commands it's going to run, but you as the user have to say, click yes.
It's a
I
dangerous
agree.
command.
Yeah,
And
it's
as
a dangerous
I'll
command.
say, a seasoned developer.
I can eyeball that and go, "Oh, all right, I'm gonna let that go," or I can say cancel it. No, I know what you want to do. That's overkill. Let me just go do what you want. Right? I don't.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest. I found myself when it would pause and say, "I need you to accept this command and allow it to run" by clicking the button. I more often than not am now saying, "Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead."
Yep. I understand.
At some point it's going to be a, do you just trust me enough now to do all these things for you? And that's when we get to auto click fix.
Auto click fix. Yes, exactly right. Exactly
So
right. All right. How about
which
something fun?
this kind of leads me to my something fun is small, goofy, and why I love the internet.
Uh-oh.
A
Okay. Should I
a
go here?
developer, a guy, yeah, just go to the website. A developer has developed a simple REST API for different ways to say no. So all you do is hit the website, and you can keep refreshing and get new instances. Uh, and it'll just give you the reason. It's a JSON blob, and it'll give you the reason is I'll be busy exploring the great indoors, or I'm physically capable of doing it, just morally opposed to effort.
I
I
only
don't
say
have the
yes on
bandwidth.
leap days, and today isn't one.
Yeah, I don't have the bandwidth or any other width for that. Uh, I'm the emergency contact for my TV, so I must remain available.
My
Uh,
competence is on vacation right now.
I wear my refusal as a badge of honor. So it's just a doofy little,
Okay,
a million and
that's
one ways to
funny.
say no. I thought it was kind of fun, and I have found myself clicking just for the giggles on it. So there you go. My something fun is a REST API for ways to say no.
I'm experiencing a heavy downpour of laziness. My heart says yes, but my soul says, "Are you kidding?" All right, that's awesome.
It was just something
Uh,
funny.
okay,
All right.
that is definitely fun. Okay, so I really hope that we haven't talked about this before because I don't remember talking about this before. But were you aware that in 1972 there was an asteroid slash what would you call it? I guess asteroid, possibly a portion of a comet that passed within 57 kilometers of the surface of the Earth.
I was not aware of this.
I mean, the link we'll put it, I'll put in here is it's to a Wikipedia page. Evidently, it was known. I didn't actually realize it was known of this, but my wife showed me a something this past week where she was like, "Did you know this happened?" I was like, "What? No." So known as the Grand Teton Meteor or the Great Daylight Fireball, because it basically passed over Idaho, Alberta, Montana, and part of Utah.
Huh.
There's a track in the Wikipedia page, and they're not quite sure how big it was because they it says analysis of its appearance and trajectory shows the object was 3 to 14 meters in diameter, which
Mm,
that's pretty gosh darn big.
that would have been catastrophic had it connected,
Yes,
correct?
yes, yes,
We'd be
yes,
missing a few Western states. I
yes.
think, methinks.
Um, it's let's see. It says if it had not entered at such a grazing angle, the meteoroid would have lost all its velocity in the upper atmosphere, possibly ending in a airburst. And any remnant would have fallen at terminal velocity. Anyway, like evidently, let's see. It says it passed northwards, leaving the atmosphere over Alberta, Canada, seen by many people, recorded on film and by spaceborne sensors. An eyewitness saw the bolide. Ooh, that's another word I haven't heard for or I haven't read for a long time. Passed directly overhead and heard a double sonic boom. The smoke trail lingered in the atmosphere for several minutes. Crazy. They thought that it was going to reappear close to the Earth, kind of trying to calculate the trajectory in '97, but it didn't. So,
Hmm.
so we don't know where it is. But I had no idea that there was a meteoroid that was that large that passed through literally through the atmosphere, only 57 kilometers high. That's 35 miles or 187,000 feet. Yeah, in 1972.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, I'm old, but I don't remember that.
well, no, I wouldn't expect you to have actually personally remembered that, but I don't know. I was a little surprised that I don't
Hadn't heard of that
remember
one. I hadn't
hearing
heard that
about that.
either. No.
So, there you go. Something fun.
Good
The
stuff.
Great Daylight Fireball.
All right, John.
All right, my friend.
Hey,
Have a good night.
yep. We'll see you.
I will talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.